Welcome back to World Bike 55. Today, we are taking a closer look at one of the most interesting motorcycle concepts associated with the legendary Honda Super Cub name, the 2026 Honda Super Cub 155. Before we begin, there is an important point to clarify. Honda's official 2026 Super Cub, currently listed in several markets, is the Super Cub C125, with a 124 cubic centimeters engine. The 155 cubic centimeters version is being presented online as a new or expected variant, rather than as a universally confirmed Honda production model. So in this video, we'll discuss the Super Cub 155 concept and the specifications commonly reported for it, while separating those expectations from Honda's confirmed C125 information. The Honda Super Cub is not an ordinary motorcycle. It is one of the most recognizable two-wheelers ever produced, with Honda reporting more than 100 million Cub units produced globally since the model first appeared in 1958. Its combination of simple engineering, approachable handling, excellent economy, and unmistakable styling has made the Cub a worldwide icon. Now imagine taking that classic formula and giving it a larger 155 cubic centimeters engine, stronger performance, modern electronics, and a more confident road presence. That is exactly why the idea of a Super Cub 155 is attracting so much attention. The first thing that makes the Super Cub 155 interesting is its design. Rather than turning the motorcycle into a completely different machine, the idea is to preserve the familiar Cub identity while adding a more modern and premium character. The step-through frame, compact proportions, enclosed central bodywork, upright riding position, and clean front-end design remain central to the concept. From the front, the motorcycle has the friendly appearance that has always been associated with the Super Cub family. The headlight is positioned prominently at the front, while the bodywork flows smoothly toward the rider. LED lighting would give the bike a sharper appearance while also improving visibility and efficiency. Honda's officially listed 2026 Super Cub C125 already uses LED headlights and tail lighting, so modern lighting technology fits naturally into the Cub formula. The side profile is where the Super Cub really stands out. Unlike a conventional motorcycle with a large exposed fuel tank and traditional frame layout, the Cub uses a distinctive step-through architecture. This makes getting on and off the bike extremely easy and gives the motorcycle a practical character that is difficult to duplicate. A larger 155 cubic centimeters engine would also give the Super Cub a stronger visual identity. The engine area could appear more substantial, while upgraded suspension, wheels, and braking hardware would help match the increased performance. The riding position is another major advantage. The Super Cub is designed around everyday usability rather than an aggressive racing posture. The rider sits relatively upright, giving a clear view of traffic and making the motorcycle comfortable for commuting. For riders who spend a lot of time moving through crowded streets, this relaxed ergonomics package can be more useful than a sporty riding position. Now let's talk about the engine, because this is where the proposed Super Cub 155 becomes especially interesting. A 155 cubic centimeters engine would represent a significant step up from the confirmed 124 cubic centimeters engine used in the 2026 Super Cub C125. Honda's current C125 produces 7.2 kilowatts, or about 9.8 horsepower, at 7,500 revolutions per minute and 10.4 Newton-meters of torque at 6,250 revolutions per minute. For a 155 cubic centimeters version, the larger displacement would potentially provide stronger acceleration and better flexibility, particularly when carrying additional load or riding on roads where speeds are higher. However, exact horsepower, torque, top speed, fuel consumption, and engine specifications for a production 2026 Super Cub 155 should be treated as unconfirmed unless Honda officially announces them for a specific market. And that is important because online motorcycle information can sometimes mix official specifications with expected specifications. Here at World Bike 55, we want to make the difference clear. If Honda were to introduce a production Super Cub 155, one of its biggest strengths would likely be low-speed response. The Cub formula is already designed around easy everyday riding. A larger engine could make acceleration from traffic lights smoother and give the motorcycle more reserve power when climbing hills. The transmission is another area where the Super Cub formula is unique. The confirmed C125 uses a 4-speed transmission with an automatic centrifugal clutch. This means the rider does not need to operate a conventional hand clutch, while still being able to select gears. That semi-automatic concept is one of the Super Cub's biggest selling points. It combines some of the simplicity associated with scooters with the traditional gear-changing experience of a motorcycle. For new riders, this can make the motorcycle less intimidating. For experienced riders, it provides a simple and engaging way to ride without the constant clutch operation required by a conventional manual motorcycle. Fuel economy is another area where the Super Cub name has always been strong. Honda describes the Cub as lightweight, durable, and economical, and the 2026 C125 is officially listed in some markets with fuel consumption around 1.5 liters per 100 kilometers under the applicable test cycle. A 155 cubic centimeters version would naturally use more fuel than a 125 cubic centimeters model if it delivers substantially more performance, but the important point is that a lightweight motorcycle with a relatively small engine can still be extremely economical compared with larger motorcycles. For daily commuting, that can make a huge difference. Imagine riding to school, work, shopping areas, or around the city without needing to think constantly about fuel costs. The Super Cub concept is built around exactly this kind of practical transportation. The chassis would also be an important part of the riding experience. The current C125 uses a steel monobackbone frame, telescopic front suspension, and twin rear shocks. Honda lists a 780mm seat height and a fully fueled weight of about 110 kilograms for the 2026 C125 and one European specification. Those numbers help explain why the Cub feels approachable. It is relatively light, compact, and easy to maneuver. If the Super Cub 155 were to receive upgraded suspension components to handle its increased performance, the result could be a very interesting combination: classic Cub simplicity with stronger road capability. The 17-inch wheel format used by the C125 also contributes to its distinctive character. Honda lists a 70/90-17 front tire and an 80/90-17 rear tire for the 2026 model.